I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I feel like with my spiritual energy, it came to me like this. And I remember the day it came to me. It was like late 2022, early 2023. It was like 12 o'clock at night. And I remember I was on the Jungle Skippers Live. That's somebody that does theme park lives or just an adventurer. He does live on TikTok. It was like 12 o'clock at night. He had a good conversation, and I remember laying in my bed, and I remember this spiritual energy coming over me. My body used to hurt a lot, and I remember this energy washing over my body, and it's like I knew I was gonna be okay. I knew I was gonna be able to stand up, and I knew I was gonna be able to do what I needed to do in life, and I just felt comfortable. And I felt my veins expand in a way I've never felt them expand. And I felt a comfort come over me. And ever since I've been telling the truth and doing my spiritual videos, that energy has only grown. And it's only gotten more intense, and I've only gotten more powerful. It literally feels like electricity from the top of my brain, all the way through my body, through my bones, through my blood, and everything. And the more truth I tell, the more power grows and the more spiritual strength I gain. But you have to tell the truth in everything you do, whether it makes you look good or whether it makes you look bad. You have to be honest for your spiritual energy to grow and your spiritual strength to grow. And mine has grown tremendously over the last 3 to 4 to 5 years because I've told the truth about my life. I don't hide anything, whether it's me used to be controlling and codependent and lazy to me being a person that works hard, does everything every day, and posts the truth about his life. You can't hide, you can't cheat, or you can't lie. Once you enter the spiritual journey, you have to tell the truth every day, and you have to acknowledge what you do wrong, or you're not gonna grow, and your spiritual strength not gonna grow. It's what made me confess everything I ever did. Not to mention the spiritual level ups. This is about to get a little graphic, but when it comes to my spiritual level ups, I've had to physically throw up. I've had it coming from both ends. Whenever you go through a spiritual level up, you feel like you're physically about to vomit. But that's how you know you're breaking through and you're doing the right thing. The more you acknowledge that you do wrong and the more you work on it, the better your spiritual energy gets and the more you get to understand and the more you get to unlock life. But the most important thing about the spiritual journey is honesty. That's why my tagline is I'ma always be honest with you because I'ma always tell the truth. It's the only way my spiritual energy can grow, my understanding of life can grow, and I can be honest about where I'm going in life because if you not, your spiritual energy not gonna grow, your life not gonna grow, and you gonna be stuck in the same spot. So the most important thing about my spiritual journey and my spiritual growth is absolute honesty and absolute truthfulness in everything I do. And that's the toughest part because most people don't want to admit their flaws. Most people don't want to admit when they got something wrong, or most people don't want to admit when they mess up on something. I'm to the point where I admit it all because ain't no point in running from it because my whole life I ran from who I was. I ran from what I felt and I ran from my truth. And I finally got to the point where I just wanted to get better and I got tired of running, so I tell nothing but the truth now. So much so to the point where I'm blunt with it. I don't run from it, I just tell how I feel or how I feel my life is going. And I acknowledge what I don't do well and I work to get better. And that's what the spiritual journey taught me more than anything. You have to be open and honest about your life. You can't run from who you are, what your gift is, or how you use it. You have to run to it, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual experience, though.